Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Dio here with another first 10 turns guide on the very hard difficulty in Mortal Empires. Balthasar Gelt has been requested many times on my channel, so without further ado, let's get to it. To start things off, attack the greenskin army in your lands and make sure you fight this one manually. Deploy Gelty and your outriders way up front and begin the battle with a Searing Doom spell straight away. Don't worry if the enemy spiders catch Gelty, as another Searing Doom spell will take care of them. Keep your outriders firing into the enemy's flanks to maximize their damage. While Gelty is not a tanky lord by any means, don't be too afraid to blob up enemies around him to blast them away with his spells before pulling him out again. Just spam your Searing Doom spell for an easy win. Try to kill the enemy lord for experience, but try not to wipe out the enemy army completely. After the battle, execute captives so you don't hinder your replenishment, and grab Root Marcher on Gelt. Attack the remnants of the enemy force and end it with an easy auto-resolve. Once again, execute captives post-battle. Grab Searing Doom on Gelty. Move Gelt back into your own territory and recruit 4 archers. Demolish the barracks in your capital, and begin researching tithe rebates for your growth. Set Fort Sol's commandment to Council of Burgomeisters before ending your first turn. On event pop-ups like this, grab the prestige if you don't have enough to buy the Imperial Authority. It's time to take Carrick-Herne with Gelt. As auto-resolve says we would lose this, it has to be fought manually. Deploy your army on the left side here and hug the edge of the map. Focus this tower down with your mortars while Gelt distracts it. Gelt will take some damage here, but it won't be a problem. Once the tower is down, move your army forward, but turn off Fire at Will on your archers. Gelt's unique weapon applies a leadership debuff to all enemies around him, so move him close to the walls to apply it. Use your crossbows to fire one volley at a time at the enemy lord until you either rout or kill him. Use Gelt to spam Searing Doom at the best targets available to you. This alone will basically win you the battle. Once your winds of magic run low and your mortars are out of ammo, you can simply set your archers on fire at will to rout the remaining enemy forces. After the battle, occupy the settlement and grab the second level of Searing Doom on Gelt. Recruit 2 Free Company militia and 2 archers into Gelt's army, and recruit a new Hunts Marshal General in your capital. Fleet-footed or cunning traits are extremely useful here, so prioritize those if you can. Recruit 4 archers on your newly recruited lord, and build fields in your capital as well. Switch Gelt to march stance and begin moving him towards the enemy settlement here. Attack Steingard with your new lord. Despite being a small battle, this is going to be the hardest battle you'll fight in Gelt's first 10 turns. This is where the fleet-footed or cunning traits come in extremely handy. With either of these traits, you'll be able to outrun the enemy units with your lord. Keeping the rest of your army hidden in a forest helps confuse the AI. Try to kite the enemy and take shots at the enemy lord as much as you can. Look for opportunities where your archers can focus down 1 or 2 enemy units at a time to thin the enemy army. Even with the right traits, this battle is difficult to pull off, and you may need to try a few times before you get it done. If you're having a hard time with this battle, you can try using 4 Free Company militia instead, as they can fire whilst moving, making the battle a little easier. They are more expensive, which is why I tend to use archers here instead, but either works fine. After the battle, occupy the settlement and grab Survival Expert on your new lord. Recruit 4 more archers in your new army and upgrade the fields in your capital. Don't forget to set the province commandment to Council of Burgomeisters. You can also demolish the barracks in Carrick-Herne. Continue moving Gelt towards his target and set your new lord's army stance to march and move him towards the enemy's last settlement. Build fields in Carrick-Herne to boost growth. It's possible the enemy will attack your second army during your end turn. This is a very easy manual battle. After the battle, pardon captives for a bit of extra gold. Switch Gelt's army stance to none and attack the enemy settlement. You can easily auto-resolve this battle and then occupy the settlement. If you were attacked during the end turn, go ahead and wipe out the remains of the enemy army with your second lord. Grab Gehenna's Golden Hounds on Gelt and experience the Hunter along with Root Marcher on your second lord. Move your second lord into your own territory for replenishment and upgrade Fort Sol to tier 2. I also like to recruit a couple more spears on Gelt, but this is optional. You'll notice Skaven corruption building up in your capital province. This is spread from Festespike as the Skaven clan resides there. This will be your next target. Switch both of your lords to march stance and begin moving them both towards Festespike. Next, begin researching assembly line towards Engineers Guild. Continue moving both armies towards Festespike, replenishing as much as you can along the way. You can recruit more units if your income allows for it. Go ahead and upgrade Steingard to tier 2. With events such as this, it's usually a good idea to keep fealty as high as possible. However, going to war with Wissenland isn't always a terrible idea, as it gives you more options for expansion. This is totally up to you, so choose whatever you're most comfortable with. I like to move my armies closer to Festespike and putting them both in in-camp stance to help replenishment on this turn. Set both army stances to none and keep pushing to Festespike, keeping them within reinforcement range of each other. If there isn't an army outside of Festespike, go ahead and attack the settlement with Gelt. Otherwise, block the settlement with your second lord and clear out the army with Gelt. Bring your second army to reinforce Gelt and happily auto-resolve this battle. I suggest you keep this as a sack city to level Gelt as much as possible. Grab the second level of Gehenna's Golden Hounds on Gelt. Build some fields and upgrade your Weaving House in Steingard. And that's it! The first 10 turns is Balthasar Gelt on the very hard difficulty in Mortal Empires. If you've chosen to ignore Wissenland like me, keep an eye on them as they can become hostile at any moment, making their territory a good place to expand. The The vampire counts are always a problem when playing as either of the Empire factions, so be prepared to deal with them as soon as you can. I don't recommend expanding south, as this only opens you up to early attacks from the greenskins. Bretonnia is always a decent place to expand, should you find yourself in a position to do so, but you'll likely end up having to deal with the vampire counts first. If you like this guide, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more guides like this one. Also, please do let me know in the comments below what other guides or lords you'd like to see covered on my channel. See you next time. Toodles.